James Wood's Twitter ban has come to an end, but he's refusing to come back. There is fake news about Colin Kaepernick and Nike and soaring shares. Japan's oldest couple now have a combined age of 208, and purple milkshakes have come to McDonald's Tokyo. I go by the name of Johnny Massacre, and you are witnessing the Johnny Massacre Show. So as far as I know, James Woods is still not on Twitter. He was banned for attempting to influence an election, which is a term among a number of terms Twitter uses to silence and censor anyone that they disagree with, anyone who disagrees with their weird extremist views. What a strange world we're living in. So James Woods can come back, but in order to come back, he has to accept that what he said was wrong. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The thought police, I mean Twitter, have told James Woods he has to admit that what he did was wrong or he cannot come back. This is the world we will live in if liberals get into power. We will be silenced, we will be censored, and then we will have to undergo some kind of weird psychological brainwashing to purge us of our wrong thing. It's just fucking unbelievable. So there's an article on indie100.com, and I don't know about Indie 100, but it's definitely some weird liberal shit, because in the first or the second paragraph it says James Woods is best known for being an outspoken Trump supporter and ultra-conservative member of the alt-right. What even is the alt-right? There's no such thing as the alt-right. All these people who are branded alt-right, which basically means a racist, which is what liberals always call conservatives. They're not racist and they're not extreme. They're just regular conservative thinkers. So what is this alt-right fetish? I think the new term is intellectual dark web. Thank you very much. But anyways, this website said that James Woods spoke to the Associated Press, and he said, free speech is free speech. It is not Jack Dorsey's version of free speech. Jack Dorsey is the CEO of Twitter, or top brass of Twitter, the owner, the creator. The irony is, James Woods continues, Twitter accused me of affecting the political process, when in fact, their banning of me is the truly egregious interference. And then James Woods goes on to display why he's such a popular figure on Twitter, because he does not give a flying fuck about anything. Listen to this comment, his next comment. Because now having your voice smothered is much more disturbing than having your vocal cords slit. If you want to kill my free speech, man up and slit my throat with a knife. Don't smother me with a pillow. So he's calling out Twitter as a bunch of liberal cowards who are trying to censor prominent conservative thinker before the midterms. Now, here are my final thoughts on this for now. Twitter basically decides on whether or not a post influences an election. And Twitter is a liberal company, so why the fuck should a far left liberal company be deciding what constitutes influencing an election or not? They can extend that term, influencing an election, to anything that they don't like. So even if I cite some facts and I say men and women are different, and so men like these things and women like these things, influencing an election, or if not influencing an election, hate speech, or whatever other blanket term they want to warp and bend in order to just win an argument. And this is the liberal way. Anything you say that they disagree with, they don't want to have an argument with you or even a discussion. They just want to ban you and destroy you. And man, Twitter's one of the biggest companies in the world. It is a hub of speech. It's part of the free market of ideas. And they are fucking controlling what you can and cannot think, not just what you can and cannot say. If you get banned for what you say, you have to agree to change the way you think before you can even come back. It's treating people like fucking children. It's so sick and weird, man. You know, Twitter can shift the goalposts of what constitutes influencing an election to anywhere they want, as well as hate speech and harm and all these other terms that liberals use. It's just fucking mad. The point is, influencing an election is another set of weasel words like hate speech and harm that can be twisted to encompass anything that Twitter doesn't like, which is pretty much anything cool or fun or normal. And they use this little trick to ban conservatives, Alex Jones, Milo Yiannopoulos, and so on and so on and so on. And it's just an abuse of power. So Twitter are just like, man, I wish there was an alternative to these weird liberal sites, but they're all owned by liberals. And the really mad thing is, while they ban James Woods for posting some innocuous meme, they will allow tweets saying cancel white people and shit like that. How can you say you want equality when you treat white people like shit and give preferential treatment to minorities? That's not equality. That's not a good example to set. Just treat people equally. If you say something bad, that's bad. It's not less bad because you're saying it against a white person, and worse because you're saying it to a black person. But that's what they think, even though they talk about equality. Liberals are so fucking confused, man. For example, this pink-headed lesbian who's reverting to type, the SJW type. They all seem to look like this, unfortunately. I don't know why. Because I used to like dyeing my hair, but I had to stop when SJW started dyeing their hair because I'm not one of them. They let this woman's tweet stand on Twitter. She never got a ban. Look, cancel white people, she said. And she said other crazy shit like dumbass fucking white people marking up the internet like dogs pissing on fire hydrants. Imagine someone said dumbass fucking black people marking up the internet with their opinions like dogs pissing on fire hydrants. They would ask for that person to be killed, hung, shot, drawn, quartered. The double standards are amazing. And this information about this weird feminist woman comes from Vox.com, which is the worst liberal propaganda toe rag of all time. They actually defend her tweets. In this article, this is sidetracking a bit, but in this article explaining about Sarah Jong, whose tweets Twitter allows to stay up while they don't allow James Woods. In this article, Vox says, in tweets like the one above, Jong appeared to be commenting on the idea that white people often believe they're being discriminated against when they aren't. Okay, so basically, white people, shut the fuck up. You're not important. You can chat shit to a white person, that's fine. To equate being mean to white people with the actual systematic oppression and marginalization of minority groups is false equivalency. No, it's fucking not, because we're all human beings. If you're all about equality, why are you saying it's less bad to talk shit on white people than it is to minorities? That's the worst, most toxic, fucked up, twisted way of thinking. It's evil. And they don't believe that. They just want to appeal to minorities and women because they're a big voting bloc. That's all it's to do with. That's all any of this shit is to do with, from fucking Vox.com to fucking Twitter.com. It's just infected by liberal thinking, and I'm really, really sick of it. And I'm sorry, but politics, we're not through with it today. So, Colin Kaepernick and Nike. I've been seeing loads of articles online saying Nike's shares have soared by 6 billion. And I just want to set the record straight. Anyone who's saying that is, again, part of these liberal nutters who just don't want to look at reality. I'm not conservative. I'm not liberal. I'm in the fucking middle. And you are making people conservative. You are making people go to the right. You are making people racist just to get away from you. That's how bad liberalism has become. Because I don't understand it. Like, they're not even based in reality. They've got their predetermined conclusion that basically white people are shitty and minorities have to be mollycoddled and treated like infants, and they need our support. They're so narcissistic. They actually believe that. That's their whole fucking thing. And it's so far away from reality. Why? Why don't you just go by reality? Anyways, they've got their predetermined conclusions, so they're just looking for any evidence that could be used or twisted to support their predetermined conclusion. They don't look at the evidence and draw a conclusion. They already have one, which is their weird shit that I've just already mentioned, and they're looking for anything that can prove it. And in this case, it's Nike's shares soaring 6 billion. Yeah, they soared 6 billion, but half of that was a rebound. So you lost about 3 billion, and then you rebounded 3 billion, and then you gain 3 billion. And if you look at Nike's shares over the last 6 months, you will see categorically that Nike's shares have not soared by 6 billion. It's actually a continuation of a growth trend that's been going on this whole year. So look at this, right? This is share price $85.37. That's the 6 billion surge from down here at about $79.6 per share. So actually, before Nike tanked their shares with this bullshit SJW nonsense that's not going to help them in the long run, their share price was 82.79 and now it's 85.55. So it's barely an increase of $3. And if you look at the way that Nike shares have been growing, it's been going in a straight line. So if I move along this trend, they actually should be way higher than they are. And the fact that they tanked their shares and then just rebounded and continue to grow normally does not say anything about Colin Kaepernick and validate that fucking idiot. That guy's an absolute clown. If you look at the stats against what he's saying, which is that cops unfairly target black people in ridiculous numbers, it's all nonsense. It really is. It really is. But we'll get into that another day. So that's enough politics for today. I don't want to talk about it, but they just keep bringing me back, man. Those crazy liberals just keep antagonizing me. Let's move on to Japan's oldest couple with a combined age of 208 and their secrets to longevity. This news means the previous oldest couple in Japan have died, and this article didn't even mention their name, so they've just disappeared like the dust from a mummy's sarcophagus that has just been exposed to a conquering, evil, privileged white explorer. And the new oldest couple in Japan, let me give you their sexy secrets. So, one of the secrets is exercise, apparently. So if you want to live till you're fucking old, it's exercise. Have a look at the world's oldest couple. Here they are. That dude is 108 and she is 100. She is crazy, crazy old. And they're fucking eating. That guy's in damn good shape for 108. I fucking hope his wife does it like a man. But that's fine, because at 100, you know, you're not going to look your best. And that is very sweet. Oh man, that brings a tear to the eye. Wow, there's hope for everyone. There's hope for us all. So basically, this guy, he indulges in a bit of exercise. I read it in another article, so I'm just regurgitating it to you. What kind of exercise he does, nobody fucking knows. But I can't imagine it is wrestling or even golf. It's probably playing chess at the table or something, because this guy clearly can't move around. But exercise, that is one of the keys to old age. And according to Miyako, she says the key to old age is living in a nice place. She likes where she lives and being happy. So it's about your well-being and your outlook, and where you live is often tied into those things. So there you go, people. If you want to live until you're really old, then exercise, live in a nice place, and just try to fucking be happy. All right, do your best to find happiness. I was also looking at the statistics for the longest lifespans in the world, and Japan remain king at number 1. So there's something about Japanese people that makes them live for fucking ages. The diet here is way better than in the West, so I think it's something to do with that. People always go into the hospital in Japan as well, even the smallest excuse. So they don't hide from the test results. They're always getting checkups and stuff, and they're fucking clean, man. This is the country of onsens and hot baths and stuff, so they're clean, they eat good food, and they go to the doctor a lot. And they're just concerned about their health, and they don't eat what we eat in England and what Americans eat all the time. And the staple parts of Japanese diet is rice, which is not so great, but at least it's not refined carbohydrates, and fish. Whereas in England, it's like fucking sausage and mashed potato, mate. And in America, it's like, oh, I'm going to eat a biscuit with my like fried chicken wings and my burger and my unicorn shake with like a slice of cake on top and caramel and all this kind of shit. We got to sort it out in the West. We are killing ourselves by eating that sugar. We really are. But hey, if you like it, just keep doing it. I'm not going to tell you what to do. And finally, purple milkshakes are coming to Japan. McDonald's, to be specific. Now, what kind of flavor do you think a purple milkshake is in Japan? Jeopardy music. No, it's not. It is the Yaki-imo. It is the Japanese sweet potato flavor. This flavor, believe it or not, has been in millions of different types of confectionery. I don't know why this flavor translates so well to Japanese sweets and so on, but I've seen this with ice cream, I've seen it with Haagen-Dazs, I've seen it in Kit Kats. The Japanese love a bit of sweet potato. You can buy these sweet potatoes in any supermarket. They have this weird yellow light, like, you know, those lights on the top of cars. I can't remember what they are, the berries, the red and blue ones. They have the yellow ones on the Yaki-imo sweet potato stand, and when you go over to it, you see them on these hot pebbles. I don't know why they're situated on pebbles. I guess back in the days they heated up pebbles on a fire and then threw these fucking potatoes in there, and now they still do it to make people feel nostalgic and see how historical the Japanese potato is. But anyways, you see them on these pebbles with this fucking yellow light going around. They cost 100 yen, which is $1, and they are pretty fucking good. They're so soft, and it always amazes me the natural flavors of the better tasting vegetables and fruits. Can anything really taste that good just coming out of the ground? Yes, it can. The Yaki-imo has an amazing natural sweetness. And now, the amazing natural sweetness and nutrition of the Yaki-imo has been butchered into the McDonald's Yaki-imo milkshake. So you can come and pick that up. I think that's out right about now. Come to Japan, have a shitty McDonald's milkshake and be happy. So that's enough talking about news and politics and sugar and stuff. It's time to talk about my life. My goddamn life. Man, I need water. Sorry. I had to have a little bit of water. So, what is going on in my life? Well, Halloween is coming up. It's a massive deal in Japan. About 7 years ago, it wasn't really that popular, and it has exponentially exploded in popularity to the point where just before the police and the city council started trying to organise it a bit better, there was 1 year it was so packed. There was a crush and it was terrifying. I saw people getting pushed onto the ground and they couldn't get back up. I had to rescue one girl from being trampled to death. It was an absolute clusterfuck. The police and the city failed massively, the people of Shibuya, on that particular Halloween, and now they try to organise it a bit better. It is not fun. It is ridiculously crowded. There's fucking people everywhere and you can't move. I don't like it. I'd rather be in the studio making beats, but that is coming up. I'd much rather be in a club, and that's where I'm going to be. So I'm putting on an event, I'm promoting it. It's all a bit secret right now, but it's going to be a Halloween bash. I'll be doing a rap performance. I might have to finish a few songs for that. So that's what's going on in my life, organising an event for Halloween. It's going to be hip-hop, drum and bass, tech house, and so on. Also, maybe I'm slipping into old habits. I woke up at 12:30 p.m. today. I usually wake up at 5 a.m. It is now 1 in the morning. All these DJ sets recently are making my internal clock go haywire, but fuck it. This is the life that I chose. That's what I wanted. Be careful what you wish for. Now, in the mailbox this week, Wade Gamer asked me, my 10,000 mic, what is it that makes this microphone so expensive? It's because no expense has been spared in the creation of this mic. It is by a guy called Dirk Browner, and he said it was conceived in a dream to build the perfect microphone. And if you're going to build the perfect anything, you have to use the perfect components. And just because it's small doesn't mean it's not expensive. It was the product of years or decades of research, and it's handmade. What do you expect? It's the best of the best. That's why it costs so much money. Is it the most expensive microphone that is available? I think there are a few more expensive ones, but it's one of the most expensive you can get. It is known as the VMA by Browner. Now, there's a website called Vintage King where you can buy music production stuff, and it's one of my favorite websites. It's really well made. The customer service is really good, and it's good for browsing this shit. So you can look at all the microphones on here and organize them by price. So I'm going to do that now from price high to low, and I'm going to give you a look at it. So to answer your question, let's go over to Vintage King. Hello, Vintage King. I am a big fan. So right at the top, we've got the AKG C414 Vintage. That is very rare. You've got the Neumann U47. So this is basically the most expensive mic in the world. It is from the 1930s and 40s, and it is very coveted. So this will probably go for about $19,000. And then the Telefunken ELA M251 vintage. This is pretty much of the same league. You can see here $19,000. These are all vintage ones. Here's another U47. That's a very good price for a set. The C12. So basically the C12, the U47, and the ELA M251. Those are the three god mics, the vintage ones that everybody wants. So if you're looking at mics that are not vintage, just regular kind of mics, you have got the Telefunken Electroacoustic ELA M251T. So that's one of the most expensive. You've got the Sony C800G, that's Mariah Carey's favorite mic, that's 10,000, and so on and so on and so on. You've got the U47, and you also have my one, which is the Browner VMA. Now, it's basically one of the most expensive modern mics you can buy. Weight Gamer's other question is, for what purpose is such a microphone used? For professional recordings. It is like putting your voice, it's like anthropomorphizing your voice and freezing it in a cryogenic chamber for eternity. Once it's left your lips, the sound, you can capture that like a little piece of magic, like a mosquito in amber, and you can have it for future applications. That's the best way I can describe it. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. I fucking hope so. So Weight Gamer, I hope I answered your questions there. Please, right now, start typing away your questions for tomorrow's episode. I love your questions. Absolutely love them. I promise I'll be bringing out this $10,000 microphone tomorrow, and I cannot wait to show you. So that's about it for today's The Johnny Massacre Show. I went by the name of Johnny Massacre. You've been witnessing The Johnny Massacre Show, and I will see you on the next one. I enjoyed it. Take care.